afternoon, everyone. We're really excited to be here at the IMS on Creator Day today. Thank you so much for joining our session. Today, we're talking about a topic that's very close to our hearts and that forms a big part of our DNA as a company: inclusion and diversity in influencer marketing, more than just a tick in the box. Captiv8 is a minority-owned business with diversity in leadership in terms of gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and nationality. My name is Stephanie Hoppe. I'm a first-generation immigrant. I'm a gay woman. And as Captiv8's head of European Operations, I lead our activities here in the UK and in continental Europe. Our collective identities and experiences definitely guide our approach to influencer marketing. And that starts from formulating brand strategy and filters all the way into the selection of authentic creator and brand partnerships. Diversity and inclusion, therefore, feel like a natural topic for us to speak on. Wouldn't you agree, Krishna?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Diversity and inclusion is something that we hold really close to our hearts, especially in 2020. So really excited to be joining the stage with you today and talking about it. As Stephanie mentioned, my name is Krishna Subramanian. I am the co-founder and CEO of Captiv8.
Perfect. So what we'd like you to take away from today are lessons learned in 2020. We're going to look ahead to the future of influencer marketing. And in the end, we might just have a little bit of a goodie bag for you. So let's talk about the state of influencer marketing this year. So to say 2020 was turbulent, I think we can all agree is a little bit of an understatement. Let's look at the year so far. The year began with bushfires raging across Australia, burning almost 20 million hectares of land and wildlife. We're in the middle of a global pandemic, and many of us find themselves in a second lockdown, and racial tensions over police brutality came to a boiling point with the killing of George Floyd. So this leaves advertisers and content creators in a really sticky place. How do you resonate with your followers and your customers during this time? And how should you place your messaging? Well, let's look at the year quarter by quarter. What the first quarter has definitely brought us is a whole new vocabulary in the English language. So we now have words like lockdown, social distancing, and my personal favorite, furlough. But all joking aside, for brands and for content creators, the first quarter has brought them a very captive audience. Social media activity literally exploded. We saw more than 500 million new TikTok downloads, almost a 50% increase in Instagram stories. And the spotlight really was on activities that could be done from home. Hashtags like lockdown diaries, quarantine with me, and home workout grew by more than 450%. Q2 saw Black Lives Matter explode, not only in the USA, but around the world. And many brands and influencers pressed pause on their messaging as a result. They were too scared to send the wrong message, equally scared to be silent, overwhelmed by events, and cancel culture hit an all-time high. So content creators and brands really had to reflect on their values and what they stand for, who to partner with, and how to create the content to get their message across to the people that they wanted to reach. Brands and creators are clearly a part of popular culture, and they're an important part in driving social change. And what we learned this year so far is that generic messaging no longer works, and being silent on social issues is not an option anymore. So, diversity is growing in demand. We're seeing that over 50% of US consumers want to see more diversity in advertising. And if we flip this and look at women in particular, we see that US females across generations, which is really incredible. So from millennials to Generation Z to baby boomers, really care about advertising that features people with different body shapes, but also people of different races and ethnic identities. So that resonates with them really well. So looking into Q3 and Q4, how has influencer strategy changed? Well, first of all, influencer marketing is back with a bang. The budgets are healthier than before, especially across verticals such as fast-moving consumer goods. So if we look at food and drinks brands, beauty, logistics, e-commerce, these verticals have just exploded. But also across recovering sectors. So for example, hotels and autos, they're coming back in a big way. Diversity and inclusion are growing in importance in brand and creator messaging, and followers and consumers now seek value alignment, which is really key. So consumers want to buy from brands that they feel share the same values as they do, whether that's slow fashion, whether that's Black Lives Matter, whether that's on climate change. And the same goes for creators. People really want to be aligned in terms of their values with the content creators that they follow. But in order for a message to come across, authenticity is key.
Awesome. Thanks so much. There's a lot to take from that, and thought it would be great to capture that and sort of look at what are the lessons that we've learned in 2020 and how can we take that to 2021. So I think first off, value-driven campaigns are growing and will continue to grow. Brands are increasingly adopting inclusivity and diversity in their social media messaging, but creator collaborations need to be authentic. Brands and creators need to partner to co-create. It's a two-way educational process. You need to empower creators to be agents of change, example holding workshops, and you need to be educated by and listen to creators as a brand. How do brands select their creators? In order to establish authentic and meaningful partnerships with key opinion leaders who share brand values and affinity, you need to do a couple of things. One is do your research. Social media fans and trolls are doing that, so you need to be on top of it as well. Brand safety has taken on a new meaning when it comes to selecting creators. It's not just about if profanity or nudity is used, but about creators' political beliefs, activism, and consistency of their message. When we take a look back at 2020, what have we learned? So value-driven marketing leads to intentional content creation and messaging that is more authentic. Creator discovery requires attention and the right platform and tools to identify the perfect match. The biggest winner? Well, unfiltered everything. Creators who are real, relatable, and raw are desirable.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. So let's look at what the future holds for influencer marketing in 2021, because it's been an exciting year so far.
Yes, it has indeed. So when we look at values, and values are definitely here to stay. I think we think about people want to be seen as individuals, not just consumers. Instead of designing around limited numbers of generic customer groups, brands will really have to consider all of the people their business touches. Media is allowed for some great targeting, and influencers can help further customize creative that reflects different audience segments back to them.
So how do we think value-driven influencer marketing will evolve in 2021?
Yeah, value-driven influencer marketing in 2021 is going to go beyond a message, right? It's really brands and influencers need to be prepared to also look at impact. So, are you as a brand donating a certain percentage of your sales to a cause you believe in? Are you posting about causes that you believe in? Are you truly supporting those causes that you believe in? And as a creator, are you doing pro bono work with brands on causes that you feel passionate about? Influencers and brands will have to be, will be more selective with a focus on fewer, more quality partnerships.
And how can influencer platforms support change in 2021?
Yeah, platforms will need to provide more sophisticated data. A traditional platform may offer 2 gender identification boxes, whereas Captiv8 allows creators to self-identify as they choose. Understanding creators' audience demographics in areas extending past male and female will be integral. Enhancing databases to provide a widely cast talent pool to reflect a more diverse creator base is important.
So, Krishna, what does the future look like for branded content in 2021?
So many things to think about, but if we zoom into an area of focus where we've really looked at today, I think the future really belongs to brands who are fearless, those who are adopting diversity and inclusion and acting upon it, not doing it like you started off saying is just checking a box, but really building their brand and their message around it and incorporating it in a deep way. I think someone like Nordstrom has done an amazing job this year when you look across the different types of campaigns they've done that have been super inclusive, especially around the beauty category. They had a viral beauty campaign earlier this year that featured women of color, and they really looked at Black women who are entrepreneurs who have started businesses in the beauty category and really put an emphasis on highlighting them, their purposes, their mission, and why they've created what they've created.
Fantastic. So I guess keeping diversity at the heart of influencer marketing is going to be the running theme, right?
You bet. And favorite quote that we have here, diversity and inclusion, which are the real grounds for creativity, must remain at the center of what we do. And this is from the CEO of Gucci, Marco Bizzarri.
Well, listen, thank you so much for listening to us today. And we hope that if you take anything away from today, that diversity and inclusion remain values and continue to be values that you will integrate in your campaigns and your messaging going forward. And there's a little incentive here. What we'd like to do is we'd like to offer you free access to the discovery part of our platform so that you can incorporate those values and find these diverse creators for your upcoming campaigns. I hope you're as excited as we are to offer you this free access to take us up on it. And Krishna, perhaps you can talk about one of our newer features in terms of brand safety, which I feel is so central to the conversation and the presentation that we're having today.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, for the audience here, we have a, exclusive offering that we're going to add on to your accounts if you reach out to Stephanie and sign up. It's around brand safety, and we're looking at brand safety in a way that no one's ever really looked at it from a influencer marketing standpoint. So we're looking at things like racism, politics, prejudice, profanity, adult behavior, and bullying. And what we are doing is we're scoring creators based on those different categories. So you can be the first to find out when a creator on your campaign is participating in any of those behaviors. You get alerted, and you can make the decision on how to move forward, when to move forward. And you just get a lot of historical data around brand safety to make you a smarter marketer before selecting an influencer and staying on top of your campaigns as they're live.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Krishna. You know what? I'm so proud to actually be part of such a progressive company.
Thank you. This has been super exciting, and we're glad to have you.